closely with a great team of council members. There are two things I want to achieve today. First, to highlight and reflect on what we've achieved as a club this Rotary year. Second, to thank all those who actually made it happen. Yes, we're all proud to be a member of this oldest and largest Rotary club in the UK. Yes, our club runs an annual program of enjoyable and successful events, raising substantial amounts of money for good causes, both in the UK and internationally. But we mustn't take this for granted and need to acknowledge that this club needs to continue to adapt and innovate. I'm really humbled and feel lucky to have a really committed team of supportive and enthusiastic council members to assist in running everything in the club so smoothly this year, which I'm most grateful for. Our first fundraising event was our Charity Golf Day at Silvermere in October, organised by Tim and Hugh, where we raised £7,500 for Life for Kids, supported by the Japanese ambassador. Thanks to NONO and the International Committee, we raised £3,000 for the Bulgarian Barber Project at the East India Club in November, supported again by the Japanese ambassador and the High Commissioner for the Bahamas. Thanks to Brian Sluice and the CNV Committee, we raised £3,500 at the Christmas lunch. Thanks to Vasi and the Entertainment Committee, we raised £3,000 for Rotary's End Polio campaign at the Commonwealth Dinner at the Royal Overseas League in February. And of course, as already mentioned, thanks to Eve, of course, for your support and organising the Phantom of the Opera event on the Rotary side to again support the Rotary's End Polio campaign. I'm delighted to report that this year our club has raised through various events and activities a sum of over £50,000, and I congratulate everyone involved in this joint effort. Our speakers, of course, play such an important role encouraging our weekly attendance. Thanks to Anthony and Janet, we have had an exceptional program of first-class speakers every week. The RIBI President, our District Governor, 6 ambassadors, High Commissioners, a Cabinet Minister, an MP, 3 members of the House of Lords, Sir David Oldman, Lady Antonia Fraser, and Mark Charles Dickens, to name but a few. Thanks to Brian Summers, we have been very active in district sports activities this year, with Hugh winning the trebles, and Tom and Gillian winning both the cribbage and table tennis, I believe. No, sorry, just the cribbage. Well, the district sports dinner is in fact held tonight, so we shall see how well we've actually done as a club. Thanks to Harry and David, the teddy bears appeal and distribution continue to put smiles on children's faces at various London hospitals and hospices during Christmas. Locally, our club continues to support the Soup Kitchen and St. Patrick's Church on a regular basis, and we will once again support the Soho Fete at the end of this month, thanks to Brian's efforts. Internationally, we continue to support disadvantaged children, including Home for Rescue of the Afflicted Children in Nepal, the Ruma Sahab Project in Bali, and Wharf Kids in Sierra Leone. Thanks also to Lord Hunt for welcoming and arranging for the Penn State University MBA students and the House of Lords for Brexit Q&A session. Communications is vital in this digital age. We have indeed rejuvenated both our internal and external communications this year, thanks to Stefan, Chicago, and the communications team. We now have a new website, new weekly bulletins, new quarterly e-newsletters, new speaker certificate, and various other stationery designed, as well as recently this amazingly looking new marketing membership material. Special thanks, of course, also to Neville for your continued support in the club's PR in the media. We had 2 significant house events this year. First event was to say goodbye to York Gate. Thanks to David and Tom, we had a successful removal process and smooth transition. Thanks to Julian and Ian for arranging our new office address. The second event was the unveiling of our flag here at Chesterfield by the Lord Mayor of Westminster back in November. And thanks to Tom for making all necessary arrangements for this. The President trip this year to Lisbon, attended by 30 members and guests, was a great success, thanks to Tim as the key organizer, and we now look forward to his trip to Tel Aviv next year. Thanks to Tim, Hugh, Tim Wall, we hosted a delegation of 30 Italian Rotarians at the Rotary Fellowship Dinner at Chesterfield recently, and we now are officially twinned with the Rotary Club of Capri, and Tim will be leading a delegation to Capri in September. Do let him know if anyone is interested in joining that delegation. 3 years ago, this club was approached to sponsor a new Rotary Club in Iraq. Council has recently approved this sponsorship to play a supporting role for this club. Thanks to Clive and my predecessor, Stephen's efforts, Rotary International has approved the extension of Rotary services in Iraq and recognized the Rotary Club of Baghdad. The charter was issued and the Iraqi flag was included in the parade at the RI convention in Hamburg. The key focus of my year is, of course, membership, which is at the heart of any private members club. This year we have planted seeds through a number of key initiatives, investing in club membership and putting this club back on track on a more positive and vibrant direction. I'm delighted to say that these initiatives have now started to bear fruit, as evidenced by several full house events and record levels of attendance, in particular from our members at our weekly meetings. Thanks to Clive and all the sponsors, we have inducted 10 new members this year and another 5 pending for induction and 3 awaiting application, including our most recent speaker, Bob Blackman MP, thanks to Brian Summers. Thanks also to Christina and Flo. Lady Antonia Fraser has now accepted honorary membership, who will be formally welcomed at the next meeting. Thanks, of course, also to Brian, Sluice and Clive. We have now reached the finish line for 2 new corporate members, Salvation Army and Reliance Bank. But this, of course, doesn't stop here. This is just the beginning of a long, successful journey. There is so much this club can achieve. Fellow Rotarians, I've honestly done my best to serve this club as your president. I have no intention to leave any legacy behind, but sincerely hope that what we have achieved together this year will be an encouragement and perhaps a benchmark for future presidents to lead this wonderful club to new heights. I therefore appeal you all to support Tim in his year even more than you have so kindly done for me, so this club will go from strength to strength. Tim, thank you very much with all my heart for everything that you've done for this club and in supporting me. You have been tremendous, and I know you will be a great president next year. But if I may now quote John the Baptist, I must now decrease and he must increase. Thank you very much, each and every one of you, for your generous support. Next week will be my last duty as your president, and I will thereafter do my best to continue to serve this club as your immediate past president. Thank you.